All right. So in this lab, we are going to perform vSphere lifecycle baseline. We'll create a baseline, then update the nodes from the baseline ISO baseline image, update ESXi host using the images, and create baseline for patches and update VM tools and hardware version using the baselines. Okay. Uh, so now you can see I have a DC cluster 1 where to this cluster, let me just enable the HA features. Let it keep as it is setting. So for your environment, maybe these features are already enabled because we have make this cluster right away. That's why I'm enabling it. But in production or in customer environment, you will see all the features are already available there. And it's not actually all the host will be in maintenance mode. By default, all the host will be in the functioning mode. Okay. So first of all, I want to show you something here. Within this DC cluster 1, this 21 host is using ESXi 7, right? This is also using ESXi 7. But here, if you will see node number 73, it is using the 6.0, right? So as per your cluster environment, this host is not up to the mark. Or maybe you can have an environment where you are using all the hosts in 6.7 and now you are planning to upgrade into 7.0. Okay. Agree with me? Yes, no? Yes.
Yes, sir.
So to update the entire cluster ESXi host by using the baseline, what you need to do first, go to Lifecycle Manager. Under Lifecycle Manager, there is a tab Imported ISO. So do we have some ISO so far? No. Click here, Import ISO, and it will upload the ISO from some URL, or if in case it is copied somewhere in your local system, import from there. So I'm taking the version 7.0 U2. So what I'm trying to do here, I'm by using an ISO image of the next version, I'm going to create a baseline, and with respective to this baseline, I will scan the environment. I will check the compliance for my available ESXi host, and you will find in the environment, one of the host will be non-compliant. But if in case it's a cluster where customer have already all the host on 6.7 and they want to upgrade on 7.0, so in that case, my all host will go in a non-compliance mode, and we will remediate for all the hosts, right? So now I have just imported a ISO image. Either I can create directly from here, new baseline, but you will see here is certain some baseline are already available for host security patch, critical patch, non-critical patch, but for upgrade, nothing. So there is two way. Either I can create from here, or by using this, I can choose a baseline. So I'm going to baseline, new baseline. So for which purpose you are making the baseline?
Upgrade.
Simple name. Okay. Yes. ESXi upgrade from 6.7 to 7.0 U2 update. All right. We good so far? Anyone have any question? So from here, we will choose the upgrade because we are going to perform the upgrade. Okay. Click next. So definitely it wants an target ISO. So I'm selecting the ISO which I have imported. Next, finish. So one baseline have been created where we have reached version 7.0 U2. Okay. So now go back to your cluster. select your cluster, go to updates. Now you have a baseline. You should have. Okay. 3 host. 2. Now you can see here 2 hosts are 7.0, 1 host is 6. It is showing you, right? But now, where is my baseline that I've created? Is it showing here?
We need to attach, sir.
Right? Attach.
Right. Right.
Create and attach. No, attach. Create is already there, right? No, it should be listed here by default. I'll select it and I'll check it. 1 second. If I will take, okay, attach baseline. So here I'll choose baseline 1, attach it. It is attached now. Select your baseline and check the compliance. Should I run it? Yes, absolutely. Why not? Is it not taking? Let me just go and erase. Oh, it's doing. It's doing, na? You can see the recent task. But I have run 3-4 times. That's why. All right. Let the scan complete and see the status. What it will say. By default, host are unknown. But once my check compliance will complete, at least one host will come in a non-compliance mode. Okay. So let's wait. What is this? 1. You see here 1 have non-compliant baseline. As per the baseline, 1 host is non-compliance out of 3. All right. Clear? Are we clear so far? Yes, no?
Yes, sir. Yes. Clear.
Yes. Okay. So do you want to perform pre-check remediation? Yes, we can. Why not? Pre-check remediation. And from this, we have to select the target host. So it should show you complete successfully actually here. Once you've done it, it's not a mandatory step altogether, but that's fine. So now select remediate. What do we need to do? Remediate. Once my pre-check successful, then you go and remediate. Accept. Okay. So from here, shall we pick all 3 hosts? or only the non-compliance one? So correct. It's all depends situation. If in case, let us suppose an example, all the hosts were on 6.7. So then all three was on the stage of non-compliance, right? Then case we have to select all and it will do one by one, one by one, one by one. Okay. But in this case, for now, I only have the third one. Third one is pending. Okay. Still, if you will take all three, that is fine. It will check and it will skip for these two and it will just start upgrading to my ESXi 6.7. Okay. So agar if the version will match, then it's fine. It will skip these hosts and it will just pick this one. Okay. So for now, let me take the non-compliance, remediate it. So this remediation process will automatically put the host in maintenance mode and here remediation entity. I have took only one. So it will put the host in maintenance mode and it will just start to push the ISO image and start up the installation and all.
Sir, there is no wizard will show the progress.
Yeah, it will come here. It will choose one by one host. In the recent task, you will see. Okay.
Okay. Means apart from this recent task, there is no other one.
Recent task may you can go. Then what you can do is the host will come in maintenance mode. You will keep in monitoring, and you can log in on individual host DCUI console and you can check also.
Okay.
So that will restart and you will see the new boot process there. Okay. For my example here is like in actual environment, you will launch the ESXi DCUI console and you will keep monitoring from there as well. If I am not wrong, the 71 is this host, right? Correct? In our lab environment. This is the 71, right? You can see here 71.
Right, sir.
Okay. Doing some pre-check, then it will take remediation. So now you can see host went in maintenance mode. Okay. And as I said, for particular host console, after some time, it will put in because they're not have pretty heavy lab, right? It's in it'll go a bit slower. So after some time, you will see it's in power restarting mode. Once it will push the entire bundle there. Okay. Now you can see host in maintenance mode. Okay. But sometime can stop you to putting in maintenance mode. You remember that first thing, the DRS feature should be enabled. And second thing is there should not be any kind of hard-coded affinity or anti-affinity, right? Because that case, your VMs will not move from this host. Okay? You understand my point?
Right, sir.
All right. So for next couple of hosts, now I want to show you it is in progress. Let it happen because it will take again 10, 15, 20 minutes to be go in power off state, install and update. Okay. So now let us see how we can upgrade our cluster nodes with the image, common image. Okay. So now I am going to make another cluster within this data center. Right click. Now you can see it's in disconnected mode, right? So something is happening. Okay. And even if you will see here, the screen, it's going to power off state now. NFS4 client loaded successfully and all. Okay. Now, what version you are seeing here? Inside, see ESXi 7.0.2, right? So it's starting the upgrading. You seeing there? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
You see ESXi
7.0.
7.02. It means that it is booting from the new version and update is in progress. All right. Shiva, Praveen, any response?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Cool. So now let it happen. Or we should wait for complete this, then we should start the next one. Better to complete it, okay? Don't mash up two labs in parallel. It's completed,
Okay.
right? And now you see the version is 7.0.0.2. Correct? Gray screen, you are seeing the same version. Now go back to our vCenter server. Check it. 1630552. 1630552. Correct? Now if I'll go to my baseline, go to lifecycle manager, and yeah, even from here also is the B1, but this time go to cluster, baseline. What you see here? What is non-compliance?
0, sir.
0. Correct? So all my 3 hosts are 7.0.2 version. Good?
Sir,
Good
it take
understanding?
only like 1 or 2 minutes. So does it take only this amount of time of, or because it has nothing, that is why it is
See,
built up.
first it will move the VMs, put in maintenance mode, push the binary. Okay, then start it. On an average, 5-10 minutes time for each host.
Okay, sir.
And if let us suppose in case we were having all 3 hosts, so automatically it will start for next host, bring in maintenance mode, restart it and put it. So it will do in a random way. You cannot decide which host will happen first, because here we have just done only for one node, right? But like as I said you, like if we have number of hosts, it can pick any of the host in sequence. All right. Clear? Yes, no? Okay. So now I am going to create one more cluster. DC cluster 2. So for now, I can enable. That's not a problem at all. I can enable. Manage, because I have all settings available on both the host for HA and DRS. But for now, I am not enabling, just to save your time. It does not matter. It is, I mean, it is okay or not okay. That's not a problem at all. It will work. Absolutely. So here you say manage all hosts with a single image. Now, where is the single image source? Either you have already created some image in your environment, then you have to select. But for now, we don't have. What is second option? Import image from existing host in vCenter. It's a good option because we have some host are already 21, 22, 23, 7 with 7.0, right? So we can import from any existing host, or we can import from a new host. New host means you are adding a host in cluster and immediately it will import one image from one host. That's also possible. Okay. So right now I'm doing import image from existing host in the cluster inventory. I will give the host name 21. All right. Are we good? Good understanding so far?
Yes, sir.
And we will compare against that image. That image will be, what it will do, it will create an image of this node. Native operating system image, not the configuration, right? native hypervisor image. So it is going to create one image, finish it. So now you will see one cluster have been created, and under that cluster, a master image have been already set it up. So you can see here, it is just extracting image. All right. And what I'll do next step. So where we are now, from the lab perspective, where we are now, we are here updating ESXi nodes using images. Okay. So for a cluster where I have prefer one image to be there, and I am adding host, I'll add some of the host on, 7.x or some of the host 6.x. Then when I will compare against the image, I'll found some gap again. Then I will remediate that particular host. All right. You clear? Yes, no? Are you guys clear what I'm trying to do here?
No, sir. A bit confusing.
Shiva, sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sir, for me, a little bit confusing.
No problem. So what I'm doing here is, I'm here to avoid your confusion only. So when we make a cluster, to this cluster, we are saying, hey, Mr. Cluster, I am going to manage all the ESXi hosts from a single image. Okay. So what I'm doing is, when I'm creating this cluster, I am just mapping a image to this cluster. Okay. And what I'm saying is, for an example, in my image, that image is 7.0 U2 here. Any of the host on the lower version, okay, I'll found that host as my non-compliance host. Correct? Then against this cluster image, I can remediate. All right. So this time I don't need to create any baseline. Only whatever image I have prefer in a cluster, and I am saying all my hosts should manage by this image. So I will just check compliance against this image. So how practically we can do it? Whenever any difference will come, any of the host image, right? Then that host will be called as a non-compliance host. Correct? Agree with me? And I will remediate that host again. Are we good? That's it. Now, again, another scenario where you say, sir, abhi to we have update all my host 7.0 U2. I updated all my 4 hosts 7.0 U2. But near in future, I want to update all these hosts 7.0 U3 image. How I'll do that? And I want to use common image. So again, there is two ways. Either I will create a baseline. I'll create a baseline and I will put the ISO. Or I will make a master image, a common image. And from that common image, against that common image, I will just check the compliance. That's what I am repeating since yesterday, right? Either you can do a compliance check against the baseline image or a common image that you are using for cluster. All right. So what I'm doing in this lab for now, for you, I have two nodes. I have an image. Because I am extracting one image from any existing host. I have an image. So in this cluster, I will compare these two hosts against this image. What is available inside this? Once I will do compliance check for both. I would find one of the host is non-compliance because here I'm using one host on 7.0 that is equals to that image that you are currently using for reference. You are extracting from one of the host, but the second host that will not match because that is on 6.7 version. Then again, I will do the remediation for that host. Clear? Is everyone clear? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
All right. So now you can see I have created DC cluster 2. Okay. And under this DC cluster 2, can you find a image here? Now, a image is available. But was that image available in cluster 1? Check it and clear it. No image. Why? Because you did not import any image during the cluster creation. You remember that? Do you remember that when you make DC cluster 1, did you select the common image? No?
No.
You didn't. All right. But still you can do that. It is not available so far. But later on you can do that. But for this cluster, during the cluster creation itself, I have given image. Right? Agree with me? Yes, no? Yes. So now I am dragging these nodes into this cluster. I have dragged it. Okay. What is saying? Host cannot be added in the cluster.
Because it is in maintenance mode.
Maintenance should not create a problem. But yeah, let me just try again. No, 23 though we have dragged it, right? Let me try again. Maybe it's a parallel node. No. Image का तो problem. Let me see.
Sir, 72 is a lower version, right? 6.7.
Yes.
So
Yeah, ये VCLS का तो that is okay. Oh, single image. All right. That's the challenge, na? Because we have given that image during cluster creation itself.
right.
Minimum version. Okay. That amazing things come from 7.x onwards. That's why. What I'm trying to say you here is that imaging concepts come from 7.x version onwards. So we need at least some host with 7.0, not this one. It will not work here. There should be some host with 7.0. It will not, this imaging concept come from 7.x onwards. That's why it is not allowing to add 6.7. So you cannot upgrade the 6.7 host by using the imaging concept. All right. So don't worry about that. I'll try to push some images for even the higher version from this. Okay. Or even the -1 version for ESXi 7. Right? Get my point or not? ESXi 7. So if I will have any of the host, I mean, just assume there's number of hosts. If I'll go to cluster, updates, images. Now you see here, this is my image, right? And it will show you all the listed hosts here. Correct? And once you will run check compliance. So that case, you will find any non-compliance host. Correct? It may be all the hosts are non-compliance, or maybe some hosts are non-compliance. So what you do? Just select them and remediate. The same process. I mean, console is only different, but backend it's working the same thing whatever done in the baseline, right? तो अभी आपको क्या मिला यहाँ पे? One of the one host in compliance. Status is unknown. Okay. So ये अभी क्या है? It's not a kind of failure. So what you need to do is only you will just select your host from here and you will done remediate. That's it. Get my point? Are we clear? Not?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Shiva, you are clear? Not?
Yes, sir.
So it's a simple thing. This image base update is only supported from 7.x onwards. So we can have 7.0 U1 to U2, U2 to U3, or maybe 8.x. But for that we required version vCenter 8. So if any of the host is in any of the host is non-compliance, then you go ahead simply and just check and remedy it. That's it. And it will do the same process, whatever being done for 71. Only the difference, this time we have choose the image-based upgrades. Correct?
Sir, for this 10.0.72, that version is like 6.7.
Yeah, that's
how
why
to-
it's not supported.
How to get that host into the DC cluster too, sir?
नहीं वो तो फिर आपको without ये single that you have to choose that native cluster ना, without using the master image. You in that case you should not choose manage with single image. See, right click here. Let me just put the host in maintenance mode, because this image based setup is supported only for 7.x version perspective. Let me drag it out. ठीक है? अभी let me delete this cluster. Right click, new cluster, DC cluster 2. Now you should not choose this option. If you will not choose, you are able. This is my DC cluster 2. All right. Do you want to push it? Yes. Do you want to push it? Yes. It is. Because here, if we want to follow any kind of upgrade, we have to follow baseline base upgrade. But if you want to perform the image base upgrade, that is possible from 7.x onwards. So abhi let us suppose you have this situation. You come on 7.0 version and earlier you were having the, just assume a situation, both are 6.7 host. Now you want to upgrade in 7.0 or 7.x. So that time you will do only baseline upgrade, baseline base upgrade. The same process we follow for the cluster one, right? Get my point?
My question is, if it is like it is created in that single image, DC cluster 2 is created in single image.
Let me tell you. When we perform upgrade, now if you have the 4 node cluster, those are running now current date 6.7, any legacy version, right? Now you are planning, sir, I want to go 7.x. So you will go to vCenter and you will just create a cluster 1, and don't choose that option. And this vCenter is upgraded now, but hosts are still on 6.7. Create a baseline, map the ISO, update the host. Now your cluster is on 7.x. All the hosts are 7.x. Now you are saying, sir, I want to manage now this cluster by a single image. Okay. How you will do that? Simple. Once your entire cluster will get upgraded on 7.x version, if I'll go to this cluster, manage with single image, set up a image. All right. Select the version. Validate and intent. It will create a single image, and then you will see the option here. That's one image is there. Get my point? Clear ना?
Yes, sir.
अभी 7.x से आगे इमेज बेस सपोर्ट करेगा एनी केस. अगर आपका बाय डिफॉल्ट क्लस्टर ही 7, I mean, even your legacy cluster or that's on 7.0, some version update 1 or maybe, then you can go ahead and you can choose during the creation itself, image base. Right? That's the provision of that. So now, if from now onwards, if I will create it image base, anyway, there is no advantage of making it because right now my version is itself 7.0. Right? There should be some higher version always, right? If I'll save this setting, it was supposed to be here. In this example, it was supposed to be here some next version, right? Update 3 or something like that. So that it will make an non-compliance and we can update that. Get my point?
Yes, sir.
Because
we have the same version, so we
yes, true. So ये अभी to give this version is no advantage for now, but I just for demo purpose I showcase you. Whenever I will set up a image should be some higher version. Now you will say, sir, how I'll bring that higher version image? So for that, either you have to make a custom image and you have to import that in your vCenter server, or you should have at least one host on the higher version, like for example, and then export the image from that. Okay. So that you can refer that image for purposing for export locally in your system, then import it back. There is an option import image. You will see JSON file. So whenever an image will be exported, that will be JSON, and you can import it here as well for using in the new cluster.
So after importing that, if it is like 7 like version 8, after importing we can remediate this host.
Absolutely. That's what. 8. Correct. After importing that image, you will see here the newer version. Right?
Okay.
Then you go ahead from the image perspective. Once it will complete, let us suppose it is 8.x. But again, if it's 8.x, your vCenter should be 8.x. First, it's a major upgrade you are doing. Any upgrade cycle, first my vCenter should upgrade, then my host should be upgraded, right? Keep in mind.
Okay. So before that, vCenter should be upgraded.
100%. A lower version of vCenter cannot support higher version of ESXi.
Okay, good.
Any case, first of all, you have to update your vCenter. Then on ESXi. How you will upgrade vCenter? Not through VLCM. How? How will upgrade the vCenter? वो appliance API आपको खोलना है. यहाँ से patching you can do from here. Or if you want to upgrade, then you have to run the same setup. The one we have just installed vCenter today, you will run the same setup. and you will choose the upgrade. Once you will choose the upgrade, give all the details of your existing vCenter server. Then all my vCenter server settings will be exported to the new vCenter server. All right? Clear? Pramod, Praveen, are you guys clear what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
And always do first vCenter upgrade, vCenter patch, then do the ESXi. There could be some minor patch that you can perform for ESXi. That is fine. But that time your version will not change. All right. So now let us see how to create another baselines. So number of baselines are already available there. But if you want to create some new baseline for any new patch or something, for that, go to lifecycle manager. Same process you have to follow. Baseline. This time, like suppose that you are saying some security patch. So it's a patch. Okay. It's a patch. So once you will go and choose the patch, it will show you the available patches version. And if you wanna your internet connection is okay, then it will give you a selection from date to date which kind of patch you are preferring to. All right. So here 60 matched. Let's take. इधर गया यार, आना चाहिए ना इधर. All 60. अच्छा चलो ऐसा करते हैं. Select the patch. Oh, अच्छा ये तो manual selection है, but still you are fine if you want to take all. Next. Then it will take all. So in this way, your new patch baseline will get created. And again, what you need to do? What you need to perform? Again, you need to go your cluster. There is a baseline.
Check compliance.
Okay. Then again, attach the baseline. And again, run the compliance check. All right. And whatever non-compliance you will find, I click multiple times. It's just started a couple of activities. Then you again restart the remediation. Same way for any new extension. Correct? Are we good? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so some of the baselines we can create for updating virtual machine tools and all. If you want to go one by one to VM, you can go that. Or if you want to create by your own, you can create that. So again, baseline, new baseline. Oh, this is for host, right? This is for host only. But where is my VM baselines? Where is the baselines that we can use for exit recording progress? Yes, it is. That it is for tools and hardware. It's a kind of predefined baseline are already available. All right. You know, in 6.x, we can make custom also. Remember? But here, for against the latest tool, it will automatically remediate. Okay. So if we will check it, definite is unknown because power of state. But yeah, it will. We can go ahead and we can check the compliance for our virtual machines or for individual virtual machine. Go here. Do an update. This is one by one. But on cluster level, VM tools, then you can check it. Same way for VM hardware version. So you can go and you can remediate. All right. So it's pretty simple now. So update tools and hardware. तो इसको simply हम बोलेंगे ये baseline अभी इधर नहीं है, right? Using VLCM. All right, guys. So that's what I want to show you for this demonstration. And Next, we are going to perform the vCenter lab. So let's plan for that sometime in next week. And then we'll quick walk through with the kind of alarms and all. But now you guys are familiar, like from where we can check alarms mode. Every place, these two tabs are very important. Trigger alarm, task and event. Anything happens, go there and check. Or by default, any alarm or any warning generated, that will show in your vCenter summary itself. Or you can go in cluster summary and you can check from there as well. If something miss happening. Okay, you see here something is happening here, right? You see here. So it's always important to show in summary and go in, if you want to go in details, go and check task and events. These are the important thing. Okay, and especially for host purpose, the additional monitoring is your hardware health. Hardware health play very important role if in case some hardware failures occur, some disk controller, memory, storage. Go ahead and just monitor your hardware health. There you will get a lot of stuff related to your hardware problem. All right, so that's it for a day. And tomorrow, in next lab, we are going to perform the vCenter cluster configuration. And if you guys are okay, I can do it right away. Let me know. Because
No, sir.
I believe I have added all the disks on a node. If you will see on this one, you will see number of disks are available. All right, let's make it some time later. Don't mash up too much things. So next time we'll be performing vCenter cluster creation. Okay.
Sure,
All right, guys. Good day. Bye bye. See you. I'll be sharing these recordings with you.